Hey there, Fox 6 meteorologist Wes Wyatt with you on Super Bowl Sunday, and what a game we've got going on Fox 6 right now. We're in the Weather Center keeping a close eye on the situation tonight. We've had this small, severe weather threat, but we certainly want to keep an eye on it for you. The good news is, so far, so good. We've only had really one intense storm actually produce some real heavy rain. It moved through Tuscaloosa and Jefferson counties around 5:30, but since then, really not a whole lot of lightning to talk about. You can see behind me Fred Gossage. He's in here helping us out in the Weather Center tonight, and he's over on our Storm Track radar, and Fred's going to kind of take us around the neighborhood here and look at some of this rain, and actually right now some of the heaviest wet weather is happening north of I-2059. It's about 8:15 at the time of this update. Our weather watcher over in Vernon there in Lamar County actually reported some gusty winds with that one little cell you see south of Hamilton, but no lightning with that. That's mainly, looks to be rather elevated. You go further southward and some heavy rain there just south of Fayette, and maybe some 20 to 30 mile per hour winds with that little cell. That's going to be tracking northward there to near Sulligent. Fred's throwing the cold front on here for you, kind of drawing that out, and you can see the big change in temperatures. If you look at the bottom, it's 64 in Tuscaloosa, 36 degrees around Haleyville. So it is extremely colder to the north. And here's something interesting for you. A few moments ago, actually in the last hour, we noticed where the precipitation type flipped over to light snow in Tupelo. So the column of air actually reporting a wintry mix back across North Mississippi. Now, if you're traveling towards North Mississippi tonight, you may run into some winter weather issues. But I do want to mention for our friends watching us in Hamilton, even maybe around Double Springs later on tonight after midnight, there could be a brief wintry mix, but we don't expect problems on the roads because you see the surface temperatures above freezing, and if you go further northwest, those temperatures are also above freezing. So this is not a night where we're going to have Arctic air just blasting in here from the north, so no surprises expected at this point. But the big thing will be the rainfall that we could really use. Now, south of Tuscaloosa, we've been watching this area closely for possibly some storm development, even though there's quite a bit of wind energy out there tonight. One value we always throw into the mix, Helicity, is near 400. We've got low LCLs, a lot of those ingredients, and you see Fred circling some of that activity around Meridian. We'll have to watch that as it moves towards the northeast, but again, the severe threat extremely low right now. It's still a question mark on whether we're going to see some of this storm activity really try to flare up here over the next few hours. But so far, so good, and one thing you notice, not a great deal of lightning, but I tell you, the rain is really coming down there in Anniston, and you're going to run into some of that heavy rainfall if you're leaving Birmingham, heading over towards Lincoln and Pell City and Anniston, and back towards Tuscaloosa, a little bit of a break, but more wet weather as this system transitions across Alabama into the overnight hours. I want to jump over here to our model, and you see by midnight, we see that wet weather as it makes its push eastward. I tell you, the model's a little too fast here. We're going to have some of this rain around early tomorrow morning, and then maybe a few breaks in those clouds. A chilly start. Temperatures, quite a range across the area. We're talking mid-30s to the northwest, and then temperatures possibly in the 50s to the southeast early in the day tomorrow. So quite a variation in those temperatures. Highs tomorrow around 56 degrees. But the wet weather does move out. We catch a little bit of a break, but hey, here we go again into Tuesday. We're talking more wet weather. This particular low travels further northward, so we really break into the warm sector here on Tuesday, and there could be some strong storms with this particular system. Again, it's a wait-and-see type deal. The more ingredients that come into play, we may have to ramp up the severe weather threat, but right now we're mentioning a possibility of a few strong thunderstorms on Tuesday and then more wet weather. We're going to get into probably some of the coolest weather of the week, late Wednesday and into Thursday. We'll actually drop to freezing Thursday morning, but then here we go. Yeah, you see active pattern there on the map. Friday, more rain, and it looks like by Saturday, we actually break into the warmer sector of this system, and some models suggest this weekend storm could really deepen as it moves northward, and this could spell some big winter weather problems for the Midwest, possibly a major winter storm there for us, some heavy rain, and yes, maybe some more thunderstorms for Saturday. So hey, this is a very active pattern that we are in, and lots of rainfall in the forecast. Again, storms returning on Tuesday. Watching next weekend, you see our 7-day forecast tonight. We've got that low down to around 45, but much colder to the north northwest as that air slides in from the north. Now, Tuesday, most of the wet weather is late in the day and Tuesday night, and that tapers off early on Wednesday. We've got the AM wording on there. A little bit of sunshine on Thursday to help us out, but a chilly day up to 49. That's it. And here's that weekend forecast. Looks wet on Saturday with thunderstorms possible. Some may be severe. Sunday, we're looking at the rain ending, but the actual cold air behind this weekend system lags a bit, may not reach us until the following week. So we'll be talking a lot more about this. We've got some primetime programming coming up after the Super Bowl on Fox 6, so stay tuned after that for our late 10 o'clock news. I'll have an update on what we're seeing tonight with that winter weather to the north and also the rainfall, and we'll talk a lot more about the next system set to arrive on Tuesday. Hey, questions about the forecast, follow me on Facebook, Wes Wyatt Fox 6, or on Twitter. You can find me there at Wes Wyatt Weather. I'm meteorologist Wes Wyatt along with Fred Gossage, and I'll see you back here tonight at 10 o'clock.